Hi there, welcome to This Must Be Talking Heads. I'm Rodney, the world's best and only Talking Heads historiologist, and today we've got a couple of things that we're going to cover. Later on in this video, I'm going to reveal everything that I know about the David Byrne mystery song, the t-shirt song. If you've been following the journey of his live shows or wanting answers to all the questions that I guess only I had, I'll tell you all the details that I know about that song. That'll be at the end of this video, but in the meantime, there's been a big announcement. Talking Heads demos, Artistics demos, all getting released for Record Store Day. We have some details about what's going to be on it. We have some details about release dates. So stick around. We're going to go through it all. So if you haven't seen it, I've got it on the screen here. It's called Tentative Decisions. There has been bootlegs released before under the name Tentative Decisions from that 1975 sort of era, but this is different. This is something new. This is something official. These songs have never sounded better. Let's get into what's on them. You can see from the cover, and this isn't my insight, but I did think of it. I just didn't articulate it. But a friend of mine said, yeah, Tentative Decisions is Brat, except it's also Talking Heads, so it's still Brat. The thing to call out is that there's a big 12-inch LP here, and there's this wee little curiosity of a 7-inch here. So we'll get to that in a sec. First of all, the big one. Tentative Decisions, Demos and Live is the title of an LP and 7-inch by the band Talking Heads. Tentative Decisions refers to both. Featuring early demo recordings and live performances, this compilation traces the band's progress from raw punk minimalism to a more structured, angular musical approach that help me. What does this say? That ref something broader shifts in post-punk aesthetics of the late 1970s. Then we've got this little 7-inch Artistics. Now, I made videos about this before. There were some tapes found at RSD. There's been tapes floating around of demos by the Artistics. That's David and Chris's band. The writing and the look and feel on this very much mimics the tape that was found and the bit of paper that was folded up and put into the box for the, an 8-inch analog tape or whatever it was. But it says here, the Artistics, Psycho Killer, and Warning Sign. The very, very earliest versions that we've ever had released before. You get those on that 7-inch, the rest of it is on this 12-inch. But the question remains, what is on the 12-inch? So let me dive into that for you. Here on the Record Store Day listing page, we've got Talking Heads, Tentative Decisions, Demos and Live, event Black Friday 2025. Release date, end of November, so we've got a little bit longer to wait. Released by the great people at Rhino. 7,500, which is, it turns out, I think, not a lot. We've had other releases for 7,500 when there wasn't that many around. So if you're in the US, I think you'll be okay. Elsewhere in the world, if you see a copy, do not sleep on it. Release type RSD exclusive release. More info, here we go. Talking Heads members Chris France and David Byrne met as students at the Rhode Island School of Design, aka RSD, and made music in a college band called the Artistics. In spring semester 1974, the band gathered in France's Benefit Street apartment to record a demo tape. The cassette featured tracks soon to be classics in the Talking Heads discography, Warning Sign and Psycho Killer. So all of that is important to call out because I did see, I think there's like an article that was written up in Variety or something like that about this release saying that Tina played in the Artistics on those songs. We'll clarify here, everything on the 12-inch has Tina playing on it, everything on the 7-inch does not. It goes on. This collection for RSD Black Friday includes the newly discovered material alongside an additional 11 demo and live tracks recorded by the original trio lineup of the band, bassist Tina Weymouth, alongside Franz and Byrne in 1975 and 76. Now, some of this material has been floating around for a little while, but it's just never been cleaned up and formally released, so it's fantastic to have it. If you're au fait with the history of all the demo recordings and things like that, and live shows, you'll have them called out here. But you can see here on the A side, Tracklist, Psycho Killer September 75 demo, Tentative Decisions also from that one, No Compassion, and Warning Sign from the 1975 demo. Then the last song on side A, I'm Not in Love from the 1976 demo. Then on the B side, Thank You for Sending Me an Angel, the book I read, I Wish You Wouldn't Say That, Love Goes to a Building on Fire, Happy Day, all from the 1976 demo. And then a last song on the 12-inch, A Kappa, Artists Only from Live at the Ocean Club in New York, August 17, 1976. And then finally we get this is the 7-inch, Psycho Killer by the Artistics and Warning Sign by the Artistics. The interesting thing to me here, I think we've got a great spread of the demos here. I think they've picked probably great versions of these songs from these demo recordings. There is one live track on here. Now, I mean, if I was going to be picky, I might say, well, it'd be nice to have a couple more live tracks on here. We've had a lot of live shows remastered and released. Who's to say that future Record Store Day releases or other releases won't have more live recordings from this era of the band? I mean, this is obviously dipping their toes in those waters, so I'd like to see those toes dipped a little further, please. So that's it. That's the big announcement. Come late November, we'll all be pulling out our Christmas stockings, dusting them off and hanging them up a little early, hoping that Santa drops these down into our hot little hands. This is obviously a little preview. I'm going to be doing a full review when I get my copy. I am going to get my copy. Don't even worry about it. When have I ever let you down? I always get all of the copies of everything. Even if sometimes I have to pay an arm and a leg because I live in friggin' Australia. That is it. That's a resolution of other videos that I've made and this sort of ongoing narrative of the Artistics uncovered releases and recordings and whether they'll be coming out or not. They will be coming in November, so get ready for that. And lastly, because I promised you a resolution to this as well, the mystery of the t-shirt song has been solved. So when David's tour for the Who Is the Sky promotional tour launched, some of the early set lists were revealed and showed a mystery song that no one had identified before that was just known as the Untitled Song, featuring lyrics including things like "My beliefs are on my t-shirt." And I asked around and I was like, does anyone know what this song is? And everyone was like, never heard of it before. I wondered whether he'd played it before. I wondered if it was for a project that we didn't know about yet. I still don't really know. But now that more shows have been played, more people have had a chance to grab some video or audio or photos or share details about it, we know a little bit more about it. It does seem to be an original song. It seems to be a new thing that's been dropped into the set list. Is it for another project? Is it for something else? We still don't really know, but we know that it's new. We know that we've never heard it before. A couple of things that I can tell you about it and what I won't tell you about it, because I know that some people are still going to the shows and maybe don't want things spoiled for them. So if that's you, skip this or whatever. But I'll try and be sensitive with what I say. But that's just to say, again, there are clips of the song now online that you can go and watch if you so choose. I'm just not going to share them here because I think that if people want to hear it for themselves for the first time when they go to a show, that's up to them. But to get into some of the details of the song, it's an average sort of song length. It's not overly long. It's not overly short. He really belts it out. It's just about wearing a t-shirt and having a message or a slogan on the t-shirt. And what seems to happen, if you don't know the live shows, David and the band seem to be like, the background is filled with this sort of wraparound screen. So there's stuff projected on the screens. But when he plays the t-shirt song, it sounds like there's slogans that go up onto the screen. So he'll be singing along and then this slogan will go up on the screen. Everyone cheers and goes wild. And then another slogan will go up on the screen. Everyone cheers and goes wild. So it sounds like it's a real audience participation kind of moment. Well, also David reiterating about making comments about sort of slogans and messages and you're reacting positively to this, but what does that mean? That's the power of the slogan, right? Wearing the t-shirt makes a message and the t-shirt has a message as well. We don't have an official title for the song other than what I can present to you here, which is an artist's rendering of a set list where the song is just referred to as t-shirt. So I was kind of calling it like t-shirt, the t-shirt song. I was pretty close, it turns out. It seems like internally the song is just known as t-shirt. Whether it appears as a B-side or a deluxe edition or for a compilation for a charity or something remains to be seen. But it seems to be like right now, the only way to hear it is if you go to the live show. But it sounds like it's really integrated into the live show in a really interesting and fun way. So I think that that's fun. I think that's cool. And to be honest, now I'll be sleeping a bit easier at night knowing that we know a little bit more about what this song is. That's it from me. Are you excited for the Record Store Day release? Let me know in the comments. Send me an email. Let me know what you thought. You can jump in the Discord. We can have a chat about it. But other than that, we're just going to wait a little bit longer and then we can get a brand new release from Talking Heads in our hot little hands. And I'll do a full review when I get my copy. But that's it from me. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you're not already subscribed, hit the little button, do the thing. You know how it works. Take care of yourself. Happy listening. I've been Rod. Catch you later.